Lucas Media. So, I recently seen an article where Mike Tyson talked about his feet movement, and he just talked about how he, like, that really helped him as far as his way to knock out his opponents, and he was willing to slip and slide through opponents. And I have to agree. What I will say is, and this is my opinion, Mike Tyson had one of the best training regimens of all time. The peekaboo style was perfect for his height. He didn't lift any weights. I mean, he did lots of push-ups and sit-ups and dips and all the good stuff, but he never lifted any weights. So while he was big and he was able to take those shots, he didn't have so much lactic acid in his arms, so he was able to box really at a high level for all 12 rounds. When he had Kevin Rooney as his trainer and Cus D'Amato as his manager, along with Jim Jacobs and Bill Caden. And it just going on YouTube, right, and just watching Mike Tyson trainings, he should have been the greatest of all time. I'm sorry, Mike was going to be bigger than Muhammad Ali. I know people don't want to hear that. And he's kind of up there to a degree. Of course, Ali is on an iconic level. But right behind that, I might have to go with Mike. Floyd, yes, people love Floyd. Floyd has a work ethic up there. Floyd might have the greatest training work ethic of all time. But just as far as being dominant, because when you're the man at the heavyweight division and you're dominant in that way, it's way different than the other classes. Even with Canelo, right? Yeah, Canelo's pretty much the face of boxing, got worth hundreds of millions of dollars. But Mike Tyson was worth, like $500 million at one point, or made $500 million off of his worth ethic. Man, go back and watch all the Mike Tyson fights, because most of them are on YouTube prior to him firing Kevin Rooney in 1988. And you will see how in shape, how quick, how elusive. Don't watch the fights in the 90s when he got out of jail. And when he got out of jail, 96, I believe, 95, 96. Don't watch those. Watch when before he fired Kevin Rooney and had those whoever kind of trainers. Watch when he had Kevin Rooney. Watch like the first 30-something fights of Mike Tyson. And you could tell he had some of the best movement of all time. And he was a small guy. He's on 5'10", 5'11"-ish at heavyweight, knocking people out. And this is a tragedy. I might have to make another video, because in my opinion, Mike Tyson would have been bigger than Michael Jordan. He already was in the 80s. He was already the biggest thing. But the fame and people going after him was something else. But if Mike Tyson would have kept Kevin Rooney and Jim Jacobs would have lived, and he would have stayed away from Don King, Mike Tyson would have been the biggest thing ever. And I also think that when because Mike Tyson was like the last great hope of boxing. Yeah, you still have boxers, but it's not the same how it used to be. Even when I was growing up, people were still wanting to box. Plenty of kids. I don't really see that no more. MMA is kind of up there. Basketball is just the cream of the crop. And now even football players making $50 million a year. So, I mean, part of me thinks that if Mike Tyson would have had his head on straight, boxing would probably be way even bigger than what it is. But I just want to give my 2 cents on it. Shout out to Mike Tyson. What y'all think?